Hello everyone, welcome to Narayana IAS Academy. My name is Shubham Sagar and today we'll be doing daily news analysis of the article taken from 8 July 2024. As always, we have taken 5 articles combined of Hindu and Indian Express. If we talk about the first article of the day, which is titled as What an NSA Does, and that is there on Indian Express page number 8. Here we'll be having E to Z analysis of National Security Advisor. What is this post all about? What are the issues plaguing NSA? And the historical significance. When was this particular post? When did this particular post came into existence rather? So we'll have a detailed analysis in this particular article. If we talk about the second article of the day, which is related to Samayapuram Mariamman temple, and that is on Hindu page number 10. Here we'll be talking about this particular temple, whether it is a Nagara style or it belongs to Nagara style of architecture or Dravidian style or Vishra style, and why it is in news. If we talk about the third article of the day, which is on Hindu page number 7, here we'll be talking about special packages. Coalition politics is now coming back because of the lack of majority which BJP has in this current Lok Sabha, and how special packages are different from special category status. We'll have a look at that. What are the issues related to special packages? We'll have a detailed analysis on that as well. If we talk about the fourth article of the day, which is on Indian Express page number 11, here we'll be talking about Digital Bharat Nidhi. What is Digital Bharat Nidhi? How is it different from USOF? Will it replace USOF? What is USOF? We'll have a talk regarding that as well. If we talk about the last article of the day, which is on Indian Express page number 12, that is about why Arctic wildfires are bad news for the world. Here we'll try to understand why Arctic wildfires are happening. What is the linkage between Arctic wildfires and global warming? Once we are done with these 5 articles, we'll solve 5 prelims practice question and 1 mains question, because as we have discussed earlier, practice makes a man as well as a woman perfect. If we talk about the first article of the day, this article written by Sanjay Baru talks about what an NSA does. And this article gives you an excuse to read about the office of NSA National Security Advisor, the whole historical genesis of NSA. Along with that, we'll be talking about how when different NSA comes, different changes take place or they have taken place. And we have to deal about these issues in detail. So, UPSC Relevance National Security Advisor, GS Paper 3 Internal Security Challenges. Previous year questions, if we look at the PYQ from mains perspective, what is mean by conflict of interest? Why we are talking about this conflict of interest issue here in NSA is, there is something called as Principal Secretary to PM. And then there is NSA. So, sometimes earlier NSA and Principal Secretary to PM was the same post. They were not two different persons. Now, differentiation has been made. So there is some amount of conflict of interest there. PM should listen to whom? Principal Secretary or NSA in which scenarios, right? So there are so many issues to talk about, and there was certain amount of conflict of interest, and there are issues plaguing the post of NSA, which we'll talk about, right? After this particular article is done, you will be knowing A to Z about NSA. You don't need to refer to any other source. This is actually a very good article. So why this particular NSA is in news? Because a new additional National Security Advisor has been appointed. So now you have NSA, then you also have some additional NSAs, and not only this, you have some other officers as well, and we'll be talking about them. So body now oversees a larger organization with an NSA and 3 deputy NSAs. So you have additional National Security Advisor, you have NSA National Security Advisor, Ajit Doval sir, and then 3 deputy NSAs. So the organization is getting bigger and bigger. Now, who will be reporting or who will be going to PM? ANSA or NSA? So there are different kind of questions. What is the qualification of NSA? How are we electing NSA, National Security Advisor? There's ambiguity there as well. We have to talk about that. So don't worry about it. We'll talk about them in detail one by one. So about NSA, National Security Advisor. It's a senior official in the Government of India who acts as Chief Advisor to Prime Minister on national security policy. So what does then the Principal Secretary to PM does? He is also a Chief Advisor, but pay attention to the keyword here, national security policy. So in a way you are saying that NSA will be advising Prime Minister on issues related to national security policies and international affairs. Fine. Historical background if we talk about. So it was created in 1998. They can give you a question. They can give you a question in prelims that it was created during the reign of Manmohan Singh, which will be actually wrong. Pradhan Mantri or PM rather, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, during his reign, this post was created. And at that time, Principal Secretary to PM as well as NSA post was one and the same. First NSA was Brajesh Mishra. Everything first is very important. Your first friend, your first, you know what I'm talking about. So first NSA was Brajesh Mishra and he was also the Principal Secretary to PM. The role has evolved and now Ajit Doval sir, who is the current NSA, he has been given the rank of a cabinet minister and he has the same level of precedence as cabinet minister has. So this is the evolution which has happened as far as NSA post is concerned. Key responsibility advisory role. Advises Prime Minister on issues of national security. We have seen it in the previous slide. Coordination. And different agencies and departments are there. And here also issues will come. Because you have Chief of Defence Staff, CDS, and you have different armed officials. There is an issue there that why we should report to NSA. Why we are not reporting directly to PM. So all these things are coming under the issues plaguing or will come under the issues plaguing NSA, right? Strategic Policy Group. NSA heads the Strategic Policy Group, which includes senior officials from various ministries and departments. So in a way, NSA is acting like a intermediary between PM and various other stakeholders, especially when it comes to national security matters. Crisis management plays a critical role in managing national crises and conflicts. Notable NSAs, this you have to keep in mind, especially the first and the last. The last means the present one, Ajit Doval sir. Brajesh Mishra ji, first NSA, and he was also the Principal Secretary. Now, this second point is also important because during the tenure of J.N. Dikshit, NSA role was separated from Principal Secretary role, thereby trying to avoid the conflict of interest issue or conflict of roles. N.K. Narayanan, 2005 to 2010, integrated internal security with national security. Shiv Shankar Menon sir, now here, Ajit Doval, 2014 till the current time. Now, there are different skepticism going on that you are adding additional NSA. So are we trying to downgrade the role of Ajit Doval sir? What is happening? Why we have added a NSA? So skeptics are, as the name suggests, they are very skeptical about it. So Ajit Doval elevated the NSA to a cabinet rank. So NSA currently has the same status as a cabinet minister and integrated national security with higher defense management. Ajit Doval. Now structural changes. Additional NSA which we have talked about, that's why this particular news we are reading, because there's an introduction of an ANSA and 3 deputy NSAs. Reporting hierarchy, Chief of Defence Staff, Service Chiefs, they all are reporting to both the NSAs and the respective ministry. Now there has been a committee which has been formed which says that no, CDS will report directly to PM. Will that undermine the role or the character of NSA? That is the thing which we have to think about or ponder about. Current debates and issues plaguing NSA. Direct reporting. Kargil Review Committee, we have just talked about it, suggested that the CDS should report directly to PM. Then what about NSA? Questioning the current hierarchical setup. Uncertainty about who, NSA or the current ANSA, will brief the PM on daily security matters. Are we trying to undermine the current NSA? Criteria and qualification. How are we selecting NSA? Brajesh Mishra, other people who have been selected NSA earlier, what was the criteria? Was there a fixed criteria or was it what do you say? An evolving criteria. What was the basic mechanism involved here? So again, there is ambiguity here. It's very unclear what are the criteria and qualification if you want to be selected for a NSA role. So the conclusion is the role of NSA is crucial for national security and strategic policy formulation. But the position has evolved significantly and ongoing structural changes as well as debates highlight the need for continuous evaluation because internal security challenges will keep on evolving. Thereby, NSA cannot be stagnant and it has to evolve with time as well. If we talk about the second article of the day, so a book was released related to Samayapuram Mariamman temple. And again, that gives us an excuse to read about Samayapuram Mariamman temple. My Tamil friends, if I'm pronouncing the name wrong, I'm very sorry for it. But this is an important temple because UPSC has asked questions on temples. Like Chauset Yogini temple, UPSC has asked PYQ on that. So we should be reading about those temples which are in news. So Samayapuram Mariamman temple, the Mariamman temple is related to which particular god or goddess? Is it a Nagara style, Dravida style? Although by name you can guess that it cannot be Nagara, it has to be the Dravida or Vishara style. Then which kind of fairs, festivals happen here? So there are different terms which we have to cater to because generally one of the most pertinent doubts rather, which we witness or we encounter from students are like how to remember the terms, phanam and all these questions, they come in UPSC and how to remember it. So the point here is, the more you read about these current affair news, the more you encounter these terms, and that's how you remember it when you're solving practice questions, prelims practice questions related to these articles. Once you are done with these articles. So as we were discussing, PYQ has been asked on Chaucer Yogini temples. So UPSC has asked questions on temples and they will keep on asking questions on temples. Fine. So now, a book titled Samayapuram, the Sacred Seat of Sakti, has been released in Tamil Nadu. Okay. And this temple is, this particular context may have given you a hint that this particular temple is in Tamil Nadu. So about Samayapuram Mariamman temple, it is located near Tiruchi, Tamil Nadu, India. Here, if you have to pay precedence, you just need to remember in which particular state Samayapuram Mariamman temple is. That's it. Even if you're forgetting about, let's say, Tiruchi. So goddess Mariamman is a powerful incarnation of goddess Durga. So again, this is important because they can give you that goddess Mariamman is a incarnation of this god or that god. So you have to remember goddess Durga. Fine. Then temple is over 1200 years old. Now there is a very interesting question. 1200 years old. Currently we are in 21st century. If you go 1200 years back, 900 something. Early medieval India, 750 to 1200 AD. Who constructed it? That is actually a debatable question. Nobody knows it for sure. But we do know that the temple is very old. 200 years back, somebody, what do you say, renovated it. And the current temple which you are seeing is, in a way, most of them has been, or most of the temple structure has been constructed 200 years back. Even Vijayanagar Empire has something to do with this particular temple. Temple boasts traditional South Indian Dravidian architecture. This is actually important. They can give you that Samayapuram Mariamman temple has Vishra style of architecture. Vishra style, which is a combination of Nagara and Dravida. That would be wrong. It shows traditional South Indian Dravidian architecture along with the ancient Tamil temple construction, because you have local variations as well. It's not like Dravidian architecture is all uniform. There is certain amount of variation based on the region. About Samayapuram Mariamman temple, this is the entrance, and you may have heard about it that when we talk about Nagara and Dravida style of architecture, there are differences. Shikhara, Vimana, Gopuram, big gateways you have in South Indian temples. You also have something known as tanks, water tanks. And there was a question, why do we have so many water tanks in South Indian or Dravidian style of temples rather than North Indian? And many people said that in South India, you have peninsular rivers sometimes, and many of them are seasonal in nature, unlike Himalayan rivers, which you have in North India. So again, there will be different terms. This is the entrance of Samayapuram Mariamman temple. We have to pay attention to the terms which we are encountering in this particular article. Festivals and rituals. Pachai Patini Viratham. They can ask you, this is associated with which temple? 28 days fasting ritual. And here, when we are fasting for 16 hours, we feel like we have won the battle. People are fasting for 28 days here. And again, there's a keyword. Tamil month, Masi. Masi, Tamil month, you have to understand which month they are talking about, February to March. Chittirai Ther, Thiru Visa. And this is happening in the Tamil month of Chittirai. And Chittirai is April to May, if I'm not wrong. So here the keywords are Masi, Chittirai, and you have to remember these keywords. What do they cater to? Whether they are Tamil months, whether they are currency, coins, they can ask you anything. Pujas and Abhishekam. See here. Abhishekam is ritual bathing of the deity. So again, this is the key term here. Tirtham, holy water tanks. We have even currently discussed that why in the Dravidian architecture you have generally more of these holy water tanks. Seasonal nature of rivers has something to do with it. It's not just a religious center, but also a cultural hub preserving and promoting the rich traditions and rituals of Tamil Nadu. So you have to remember this temple. Conclusion, Samayapuram Mariamman temple stands as a testament to the enduring spiritual heritage of Tamil Nadu. With its rich history, vibrant festivals and a profound religious significance, it continues to be a beacon of faith and devotion for countless devotees. So the keywords, pay attention to those keywords that are actually important. Dravidian architecture, different festivals, different Tamil months, and you will be encountering question later on also. And I've told you earlier as well, whatever you're getting out of 5, means whatever questions you get, like you're getting correct, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5, please post in the comment section. It has to become your habit. Believe me, you will see the result when you're attempting next year prelims or whenever you are attempting UPSC. So make it a habit to post your how much you are getting in the comment section, and I will be seeing that. If we talk about the third article of the day, now we all know what has happened in 2024 elections. Coalition politics has started. BJP has not got a full majority, and that has led to the problem of like appeasement. Some people are saying that special packages will be announced and special category status some states want, but they are not the same. Special packages and special category status are not same. There are differences between them, and we have to understand the difference. And special packages, whether they have been given in the past and in which scenario, we have to understand that as well. So special package, special category status, these are the keywords here, and issues and challenges pertaining to federal structure, devolution of resources to different states, as well as UT. So with reference to Finance Commission, these kind of questions has been asked earlier related to devolution of resources and challenges pertaining to federal structure. So what is the context? As we have just discussed, 2024 election, coalition politics returning at the center, TDP is there supporting BJP, then Nitish Kumar party is there supporting BJP. But if any party is supporting BJP at the center, they will want something for themselves, thereby leading to a phenomena where different states can or may ask for special packages. So the discussion about state-specific special packages has become a prominent topic in public discourse. Now, what is a special package? As the name suggests, certain precarious scenarios, flood, other kind of peculiarities. It's not like special package for state A is been given for the same reason as special package for state B, because all states or different states have their different issues and grievances. So special package is a targeted financial and policy initiative provided by government to specific regions, states or sectors. Not always all the states are given. Bihar has been given special package in the past. Andhra Pradesh has been given special package in the past, and there was a reason for it. Telangana was created. Hyderabad was supposed to go to Telangana. Andhra Pradesh felt like they were lagging behind. So there were different reasons why special package was given. But even then, after that, Andhra Pradesh wanted special category status. So we need to understand the difference between special package and special category status. So these packages are usually announced based on immediate needs or situations such as natural disaster. Assam is going through floods. They always go through flood, and that is an annual or recurring event there. So again, whether only special package will do or something more is needed, we have to think about it. Economic crisis or specific developmental needs. Example of specific package given by center to states. You can see here, Bihar 2015, they had been given 1.25 lakh crore for various projects such as road constructions. Bihar, there is an acronym, and this acronym has not been created by us. The acronym is BIMARU, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh. These are the states which are lagging behind as far as development is concerned. Plus, their total fertility rate is also somewhat high. So they need some special assistance. Jammu and Kashmir, hilly terrain, rugged terrain, inaccessible area. So they were given 80,000 crore focused on road and highway development, especially these areas, inaccessible terrain, hilly terrain areas. There are different kind of schemes also. Centrally sponsored scheme, central sector scheme. In central sector scheme, almost 100% contribution is done by center. But in centrally sponsored scheme, 75-25, 90%, 10%, 75% is contributed by center. Resources we are talking about, 25% is contributed by states, or 90-10 based on hilly terrain, hilly areas are especially vulnerable. So they need these special packages. They need more central sector scheme or more contribution from center as far as centrally sponsored schemes are concerned. Andhra Pradesh 2016, 2014, if I'm not wrong, Telangana was created, and Andhra Pradesh wanted to create their capital. Plus, they needed to work on different infrastructure. Hyderabad, they were supposed to lose after a certain number of years, and thereby there was a need for special package for Andhra Pradesh. Northeastern region, we keep on talking about northeastern area and how they are like 10 to 20 years behind the mainland India, and that's why they need packages from time to time. Chickens corridor, Siliguri corridor is one of the area via which we are able to access it. More initiatives between India and Bangladesh will go a long way in promoting development in Northeast region along with these special packages. So how is a special package different from special category status? Special package is fine, but people or the states rather like Andhra Pradesh, they want special category status. Bihar was also demanding for the same. So you can understand that the benefits associated would have been or should be larger in the case of special category status if states are demanding for it and they're not only satisfied with the special package. So special category status is a formal classification granted by central government to assist states with geographical and socio-economic challenges. Earlier, there was no such provision in constitution which state can be categorized as special category status or state. But 5th Finance Commission, they said that we should have some criteria. So one, hilly terrain, low population density or sizable share of tribal population, strategic location along borders with neighboring countries, economic and infrastructure backwardness, non-viable nature of state finances. If you see these 5 features, you will realize that northeastern states satisfy more or less most of the features. And these are the criteria based on which special category status can be granted. So remember these 5 criteria, these are actually important, given by Finance Commission. So now again we are talking about how is special package different from special category status. Special category status states benefit from higher central funding, while with the center covering 90% of the funds for centrally sponsored schemes compared to 60 or 75%. Like there are two major kind of schemes. There can be other schemes as well. Centrally sponsored, central sector. In central sector, most of the contribution is, if not all, is given by center. But in centrally sponsored scheme, in most of the cases, 60-40 ratio, 75-25 ratio. 60% center will contribute, 40% state. But let's say a state is special category status. Then in that scenario, 90% contribution in most of the cases will be done by center. 10% resources will have to be given by states for centrally sponsored schemes. Special packages are provided under Article 282. Remember this article, this is actually important, which allows center and states to grant fund for any public purpose. And the central governments can offer special packages to any state irrespective of its status. It doesn't matter. It's not a compulsion, and just remember it. It's not like if you are a special category status state, then only you will be given special package. It has nothing. Special package has nothing to do with special category status state to meet specific development needs or address emergencies. So what we are understanding, how special package is different from special category status. So there is a unique scenario developing in a particular state which necessitates the need for fund. Then central government can give some fund. State government can also allocate some certain amount of fund for that particular region. That is special package. Special category status, if that is given, then in centrally sponsored schemes, 90% fund will be given by center. And higher central funding is there in the case of special category status states. If we talk about the 4th article of the day, it's talking about a scheme called Digital Bharat Nidhi. Earlier, government has a scheme called as USOF, Universal Service Obligation Fund. And the aim was to improve rural telecom connectivity. Telecom connectivity in rural areas, we have to improve that because in the previous videos also, we have talked about a term called digital literacy. Today, we are living in the world of 4th industrial revolution, AI, artificial intelligence, big data. We are talking about so many things. So we can leverage these things more if you have telecom connectivity, if you have broadband services and all those things. To cater to that, you had USOF, Universal Service Obligation Fund. But that scheme had its own share of issues. So government is bringing something known as Digital Bharat Nidhi now. And again, questions on different kind of schemes like Unnat Bharat Abhiyan has been asked in the past. So they can ask you directly a question on Digital Bharat Nidhi. So now here, pay attention to the keywords. We don't need to, or you don't need to mug up everything given on each particular slide, but the keywords are important. Government has introduced a Digital Bharat Nidhi as a new initiative to enhance telecom connectivity in rural areas. But it's not like it is only confined to rural areas. There are some underserved portions of urban area also where there is issue of telecom connectivity. But it is primarily concerned with enhancing telecom connectivity in rural areas. And it will be replacing USOF, Universal Service Obligation Fund. Department of Telecommunication and the Ministry of Communication released draft rules again. We are not concerned with those draft rules per se, but we have to understand that if Digital Bharat Nidhi is coming, which particular scheme it is replacing. Comprehensive fund, it is just like Universal Service Obligation Fund has money which was supposed to be used to enhance telecom connectivity in rural areas. Same will apply to Digital Bharat Nidhi. And plus, the major incentive here is we have to see that the funds are properly implemented or properly used rather, because in the case of USOF, the major criticism was the funds were not utilized to the fullest extent rather. So DBN will replace USOF, which was funded by a 5% universal service levy on the adjusted gross revenue of telecom operators like Airtel, Jio, etc. So DBN will have a broader scope, including funding for research and development, pilot projects, and consultancy assistance. So we are trying to go broader, like whatever lasunas USOF had rather, we are trying to rectify it via Digital Bharat Nidhi. So now let's talk about Universal Service Obligation Fund, which will be replaced by Digital Bharat Nidhi. When was it established? The year is important, 2003. What was the function? To fund the expansion of telecom networks in areas where private companies were reluctant to invest, because private company has a major motive of profit. But when you have government, like let's say BSNL is there. So profit is not the only motive of BSNL. So that's why expansion of telecom network was taken by the government, because private companies were not coming forward. USOF has been criticized for its underutilization and inefficiency in meeting its objective. So there are different data which you can use to substantiate why USOF has been replaced. So between this particular 5-year, 2017 to 2022, government collected more than 41,000 crore through USOF, of which only 30,000 crore was utilized. Around 10 to 11,000 crore was underutilized. And that is the point here, that why these money were not utilized to the fullest extent. This inefficiency led to significant funds remaining unspent, which was particularly notable in the BharatNet project aimed at providing fiber connectivity to villages. And all these things, when this is happening, digital literacy is getting impacted. Rural areas, they are not getting the same benefit as urban areas. There was a question asked by UPSC in mains related to PURA, providing urban amenities to rural areas. And in a way, Digital Bharat Nidhi and this Universal Service Obligation Fund is trying to implement the objectives of PURA. Now, there's a question for you. Providing urban amenities to rural areas, PURA, was conceptualized by whom? If you know this, you can post it in the comment section. Telecom sector in India. It ranks as the second largest globally. India's telecom industry is a huge industry. Subscriber base of 1.179 billion. We have a huge population. Fourth largest sector in terms of FDI, accounting for 6% of total FDI inflow. So the prospect is huge. The potential is huge when we are talking about telecom sector per se. So let's focus on this particular point. The country has a tele density of 84.69%, indicating the number of telephones per 100 people. So around 85 telephones per 100 people. But we have to be careful here. Maybe one people has multiple phones also, because we have that scenario right now. So it doesn't mean that only 15 people does not have phone. So you have to be careful when you are looking at these kind of data. Average monthly data consumption per wireless data has surged to 17.36 GB from 61.66 MB. This is a good figure also and a bad figure also. Good figure if you're utilizing it properly. Let's say you're using Neptel lectures, watching different lectures, learning stuff, then it's a good thing. But if you're using it for just scrolling down YouTube reels and all those things, then this data is not very good. So, but again, we are using more and more of these ICT tools, which is actually a good thing, and we have to keep going forward. And telecom sector will play a crucial role in that regard. If we talk about the last article of the day, why Arctic wildfires are bad news for the world. So there are different kind of technical words here, but we have to focus on the important terms. Arctic wildfires. What is causing these Arctic wildfires? They are boreal forest in Arctic region. What are these boreal forests? Are they responsible for these kind of wildfires, and how they can contribute to global warming? So these are some important facets associated with this particular article. GS3, environmental pollution and degradation, you can include here. Global warming you can include in that particular area as well. So why is India taking keen interest in the Arctic region? There are multiple reasons. So wildfires have been a natural part of the Arctic's boreal forest, coniferous forest and tundra ecosystem. However, in recent years, their frequency and scale in the regions have increased, and there are in fact different reasons for it, which we will be reading in the subsequent slides. So why are wildfires a natural phenomena in the Arctic region? So first of all, see here, reason content. They have coniferous tree. If you see this, and if you have read geography, you will realize Arctic region, 60° north upwards we are going. So you have tundra ecosystem, you have coniferous forest, and in these coniferous forests, you have something known as resin, which is a flammable substance, which can ignite easily, can catch fire easily, and burn intensely, fueling wildfires. So the fallen needles of coniferous trees create a dense. Now, this was the first reason. Because you have resin, which is very inflammable, fires happen. The second reason, the fallen needles of coniferous trees create a dense layer of dry, combustible material on the forest floor, and this litter which has happened in the on the floor, they can catch fire easily as well, providing abundant fuel for wildfires. So first reason was resin. The second reason was all these fallen needles, which also catch fire easily. So we are getting different reasons why these Arctic wildfires are becoming a recurring phenomena. Why are wildfires a natural phenomena in the Arctic region? Tree structure, the shape and structure of coniferous tree with their dense canopy. You can see how dense they are, and close spacing. Let's say one canopy catches fire. They are so close that a rapid spread of fire will happen through the forest canopy known as crowned fire. Right? So we are seeing different reasons. One was resin, second was all these needles which were lying on the floor. Third is they are very closely spaced. So one catches fire, other catches fire. One gets hurt, other gets hurt. Factors responsible for increased Arctic wildfires, we're talking about it. And global warming. Arctic has been warming at roughly 4 times the rate of rest of the world. Whatever may be the reasons, scientists are speculating about the reasons why Arctic is warming at such a rapid rate. Global warming is responsible, and in response like these, Arctic wildfires are also enhancing global warming. So let's rewind a bit. What I'm saying is, global warming is contributing to Arctic wildfires. Reasons are still not very known to us. And this whole phenomena, where the world is getting warmer by 1.1 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial level. On the other hand, Arctic is getting warmed by approximately 3 degrees since 1980, and this whole phenomena is known as Arctic amplification. Reasons are still not totally known to us, right? Just like Indian monsoon. When we talk about Indian monsoon, we talk about different phenomena. Anso phenomena, El Nino, Southern Oscillation, this and that, Indian Ocean dipole. But there's still some very pertinent reasons which are not known to us. Similarly, this is not exactly known why Arctic amplification is happening at such a rapid pace. There are different reasons for that. So, global warming is contributing to Arctic wildfires, and Arctic wildfires in turn is contributing to global warming. So, this is a very interesting scenario. Arctic wildfire contributing to global warming. Global warming in turn is contributing to Arctic wildfire, and you can make a this is actually a vicious cycle which is going on. There are two kinds of cycle, vicious cycle and virtuous cycle. Vicious cycle has negative connotation, virtuous cycle has positive connotation. Vicious cycle, you have poverty. So when a family is suffering from poverty, you will produce more children because you need more hands to produce more. So poverty will lead to high population. When there is high population, you will not be able to teach all of them, which will lead to illiteracy, which will again lead to poverty. So that is vicious cycle. Virtuous cycle is, so country is growing, GDP is growing, so per capita income is also growing. So purchasing power of people is growing. They are contributing, or they are buying more goods and services, which is leading to again increase in GDP growth. This is a good cycle. This is a virtuous cycle. So hope you're understanding the difference between vicious cycle and virtuous cycle. So how can Arctic wildfires exacerbate? And this whole scenario which we saw between Arctic wildfire and global warming, this was a vicious cycle. So greenhouse gas emission, when these wildfires are happening, so they will emit carbon, that will lead to greater GHG emission, that will lead to greater global warming. Thawing of permafrost. So permafrost, the upper layer of ice which you are seeing, they has stored so much of carbon. But if they get thawed, then they will release those carbon, thereby contributing to global warming. Release of ancient organic matter, when the permafrost is gone, let's say, all the ancient organic matter will be released, thereby contributing more carbon, thereby leading to more global warming. So what is the conclusion? The conclusion is Arctic wildfires driven by rising temperature, increased lightning and intense heat waves are becoming more frequent and severe, and we have to take care of all those resins and different kind of factors which we have talked about, and this could lead to catastrophic and irreversible global warming, emphasizing the urgent need for climate action. And here global climate action will be needed. Silos, when you're working in silos, that will not help in this particular scenario. Now we have done the 5 articles. Let's solve some prelims practice question. Your aim should be to attain 5 out of 5. But whatever you are attaining, it's a request from my side. Please post your answer in the comment section. 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5, 0 out of 5 doesn't matter. But your sincerity is actually very important. So first question in front of you. What is the primary aim of Digital Bharat Nidhi, DBN? Pause me. Once you have seen the question, pause me before I intentionally or unintentionally reveal the answer. The answer here is to promote, to enhance only urban, this is wrong, exclusively wrong. You can see the keywords here. Third one, to provide universal telecom services in underserved rural, remote and urban areas also, I have told you. But the major focus is rural areas, underserved rural areas. So the answer is C. Best possible option is C. Second question related to National Security Advisor. Pay attention here. This is actually a tricky question. Pause me here and unpause me once you have solved this particular question. Office of NSA was created during the tenure of Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. Wrong. Atal Bihari Vajpayee. So eliminate one. You directly get the answer. The answer is B, 2 and 3. Even if you have eliminated or known only one first statement, you would have got the answer here. Why is fourth wrong? Because Brajesh Mishra was not the first NSA to be given the rank of a cabinet minister. It was Ajit Doval. So second and third is correct, and first and fourth are wrong. What distinguishes a special package from the special category status as per Indian government policies? Special packages are specifically targeted financial and policy initiative for states in urgent need, while SCS is a classification based on socio-economic challenges. Are exclusively for natural disaster relief, we know they can be given for different reasons. Only applicable to SCS state, we know that is not true. Special package require state government approval. Well, again, you can see here, solely all these are keywords. So what is the best possible option here? That is A. Special packages are specifically targeted financial and policy initiatives for states in urgent need, while SCS is a classification based on socio-economic challenges. Which of the following statement about Samayapuram Mariamman temple is correct? Pause me here. First statement is wrong. It is not in Madurai. It is in Tamil Nadu, but not in Madurai. Main deity is not Shiva. It's a goddess. The temple celebrates the Pachai Patani Viratham, a 28-day fasting ritual starting on the last Sunday of the Tamil month Masi, which hovers around February to March. So this is correct. And temple is not known for Nagara style, it is known for Travada style. Arctic amplification sometime mentioned in news refers to. Pause me here. So what is the answer? Amplification of radio signals? No. Expansion of Arctic land masses? No. Rapid increase in Arctic wildlife population? No. The faster rate of warming in the Arctic compared to global average? Yes. The answer is D. Now let's solve a mains practice question. We are done with prelims 5 practice questions, and I'm telling you again and again and again and again, please post your marks in the comment section. 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 4, 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, whatever it is. So this question is related to National Security Advisor. Evolution and significance of NSA in India critically evaluate the current debates regarding the role and responsibilities of NSA. So there are different facets. You can talk about NSA 1998, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, how it has evolved over the years. Earlier Principal Secretary and NSA was the same. Now they are not. Now they have been given the rank of a cabinet minister. All these points you have to talk about. Introduction, briefly introduce the concept of National Security Advisor, creation of NSA office, Atal Bihari Vajpayee sir, he created it in 1998. Then body, evolution of the NSA role, highlight the contribution of notable NSAs, Brajesh Mishra, J.N. Dikshit, in which period Principal Secretary role was separated from NSA. All these things you can talk about here. Significance of the NSA, key responsibilities, what advisory role they are playing, how they are coordinating between different ministries, different agencies, CDS and all those. You can talk about those things here. And then recent structural changes, ANSA, whether it would be undermining the NSA, who will be reporting to PM, NSA or ANSA, current debates, recommendation of Kargil Review Committee that direct reporting has to be done by CDS to the MP. So what will happen to the NSA post? Are we trying to undermine the NSA post? All these things you have to talk about, right? And we also don't know the criteria and qualifications how an NSA is elected. So that's it for today's DNA analysis. If you liked the video, do like, share and subscribe. And please post your marks in the comment section. Take care, be blessed, see you soon.